All right, am I live now? YouTube, can you guys see me? Yes. Okay, we're live. Okay, YouTube, what's good, guys? What's up? Okay, we're back live. Oof. Bro, such a messy morning, bro. My graphics card like bugs out, and then my mic goes away and everything. Hold on, let me make sure that it's that I start to my channel. Okay, there you go. Okay, YouTube, we're back. My bad, guys. My bad for all that. Anyways, okay. So let me go ahead and put out the link here. Now we are selling off. Unfortunately, if you guys were in the stream that happened 2 minutes ago, you guys know that I was literally about to review the trade recap that we just caught for obviously, as you guys see on the chart, $416. Unfortunately, I can't really get into that because I have to talk about the setup. All right, guys. So yeah. All right. Anyways, let's see. Are we selling? Well, obviously, bro. Obviously, bro. Come on now. But yeah, anyways, so what we can see here is we took out some levels of liquidity to the upside here, mainly 991. And we can possibly trade this down into the data low here. I mean, not a bad setup. Now, what are the chances we retrace about 30 points up and reject off this fair value gap? You know what I mean? Can we actually do that? Do we respect it? We gotta see. All right, guys. But yeah, in the meantime, let me go ahead and, because I have to put this message up, but I gotta wait 1 minute exactly so the alert can go out. Hold on. Okay, 1 minute till this candle closes. So I got 1 minute left. Okay, there you go. I put the link back up. All right, now we're back to normal. All right, guys. Anyways, so once again, so what we can see here that's going on, unfortunately, like I said, we weren't able to really review the trade. At least not yet. I'll do it, later on in the stream. And by the way, guys, make sure you guys stay in the stream because I want to show you guys some new updates to what we have currently being worked on. As you guys can see, which one was it? I think it was this one. No, it wasn't this one. I have to put it back on my chart, but we have some stuff going on. All right, guys, some really good stuff. All right. Anyways, so once again, guys, as you guys see right here, what's going on right now is obviously the market pumped due to CPI, the pre-market, blah blah, the whole 9 yards. Which is why we cut the last trade, because we were bullish, because we took out some internals and all that good stuff. But now that the objective to the upside has been taken out and we're getting a very bearish reaction, we can possibly get a nice trade into shorts all the way down into 838. This is the data low that we have. As you guys know from yesterday, I told you guys anytime a high impact news comes out, let me see. Wait, you guys can hear me good, right? I'm just making sure that the stream is good. Yes. Okay. I'm just making sure. Anyways, so you guys know yesterday, I did say anytime a high impact news comes out and the market goes crazy during that one time, 8:30 or whatever, the most volume is created there. So I get it. We have the London low, the Asia low, and everything. But the most important low for today was obviously the the data high that we went ahead and targeted in the first trade. Hence why we're green 416 on the day per account. We went ahead and took out this data high, but we have not taken out the data low down here, right? So this low over at 23,838 is not only the nearest low nearby, the nearest low, right? But it's also the strongest low that we have for the day. So we could possibly trade into it, especially with everything lining up bearish. By that, I mean we have 991 being taken out, swept, all that good stuff. We have a lot of selling coming in, a lot of volume coming in. We have a bearish rally gap, and we're overall just sitting very, very bearish currently. So if anything, guys, we can possibly look to take a retracement into this gap, followed with about a 30 to 35 point sell-off. I'm going to say 30, right? Around there. We get the 30-point sell-off. We take shorts. Yo, I'm bugging out, bro. I just got a voice crack, bro. I'm 20, bro, whatever, bro. Anyways, so yeah, we can take shorts off this right here, off a 30-point rejection here, and look to target 838 before the morning ends. Especially with the selling volume coming in very, very strong, we can possibly see it. I mean, it's not so far away either. I mean, it's honestly it is. It's 120 points away. But with the volume being good, we can. All right, bro. Come on now. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna have time to alert anything or like type up even a commentary. So let's just take this trade for the live for now, I guess. And let's see how we react to this fair value gap here. So now that we're in it, guys, obviously depending, let's see if this even gets respected. Because what I'm trying to say is now that we're in it, if we're able to afford a 30-point rejection, we can look to take shorts into 838. So let's see if we can get that. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys understand the plan. Right now, as long as we sit inside or below this fair value gap, we're gonna be bearish. If this fair value gap does not get respected, then we just move on to the next setup. But right now, what we're looking for right now is, just because we're in the fair value gap doesn't mean anything yet. Remember, we're looking for about a 30 to 35 point rejection. Once we get that rejection, we can look to start taking shorts from the complete top here. So a 30-point rejection would be around 926. Yeah, around 926 would be a pretty good entry if we hold this down and sellers step in. We can look to take shorts around that 926 into, if we do 926, the first price target will ideally be down here. But the thing is, it's not really so far away. That's even if we respect it, because right now buyers and sellers are going crazy. I mean, keep in mind, CPI did come out. The markets, they want to go up, they want to go down. People are bullish, people are bearish. But we'll see. Because yeah, so far it seems like, if anything, we can work off an inverse here if we're gonna sit bearish. Because obviously it kind of seems like this bearish rally gap is not gonna hold. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, we're still in it, but with the buying pressure stepping in, it doesn't really seem like we can really get an entry set up from that gap specifically. I could be wrong. I mean, like I said, we're still in it, but worst comes to worst, I mean, we're gonna be sitting bearish for at least some parts of the morning. Some parts being now, because of obviously of the DOL sweep below 991. So as long as we hold below 991, we could sit bearish until possibly 910 to 838, I would say. But like I said, the market just opened not too long ago, so we still need some time to really decide what we want to do here and what we want to respect. But I'm not gonna lie, this fair value gap I don't really think is gonna hold, so it's not like we can really get an entry in the first place off of this one. But we'll see. I'm gonna get a few more minutes. Let me go ahead and check up the chat here. Let's see. If we inverse, can we go long? I wouldn't, because we already took out the objective up here. So, I mean, you're longing kind of into nothing, I would say. So, if anything, leave the long bias or the bullish bias for a little bit later today. Let's take out some DOLs to the downside first. Let's make sure we take care of that. And then from there, we can go long later. You know what I mean? But for now, I would say mainly focus more on being bearish. I get it. Right now, the market is pumping up like crazy and all that good stuff. Or it's going a little bit crazy, you know what I mean? Both to the upside and to the downside. But for the most part, taking longs off any inverse would not be very ideal. And right now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't think we were gonna hold this for value gap, but we're currently rejecting from it a little bit. So if we reject 30 points, I don't want to be so quick to tell you guys to enter, because the market is super volatile right now. But if we go below 935 instead of 926, you can still do 926. But if we go below like 935 with a very strong rejection, short into 910 and possibly 838 wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be horrible. But that's only if we reject with a lot of volume, which we already have. But the thing is, I just want to give you guys a trade that, obviously with the market going up, down, up, down, up, down with a ton of volume, it could be very risky. But let's see. Because like I said, if we reject off 930, I said, was it 930 or 935? 935. Actually, do 930 for a 35-point stop loss. So if we reject off 930, the PT1 will be 20 points, which is not very ideal. So maybe we could, if we take something here, we could take some skills out here, but maybe not move the stop loss, and then just mainly target 838, which is the most important DOL that we have currently. Keep in mind, guys, for those wondering, we are not in shorts. We're looking at shorts, but we're not in yet. We don't have enough confirmation, especially with the rejection in the market. All right, so we're still waiting on it. Keep that in mind. And for the people wondering, we didn't take out the data high on ES. We just did. In fact, we did a few minutes ago, actually. Yeah, 9:45, pretty much. Anyways, so yeah, keep in mind, guys, we are not in shorts yet. I'm just kind of trying to form a game plan here with DOL sweep and everything. But yeah, someone said long into all-time high. Maybe not yet. It's really hard to tell, especially with CPI coming out neutral. We don't know what the actual market bias wants to be for that entire day. We can get an idea of it, but if you were to ask me, I wouldn't really say to take longs yet, just because, keep in mind, guys, we already took out some objectives to the upside as the market went ahead and opened. All right, but yeah, from the looks of it, I don't know if this gap is really gonna hold here. I would love to take shorts from it if we can reject down into like 930 down here, but I don't know. It just the buying pressure kicking in looks very, very strong. If you guys were to ask me, but once again, like I said, just give it some time. Let's see how it actually ends up holding, and we go from there. But yeah, the data high was right here on ES, so we already kind of took it out. So hopefully we can hold down a sweep, and hopefully we can hold down this fair value gap. Because once again, guys, if we don't respect this fair value gap right over here, we can't really get a setup until we form a new one. You know what I mean? We can't just move on to like, oh guys, we have another fair value gap. Let's just wait on that one. You know what I mean? So yeah. But in the meantime, it kind of seems like we continue to reject off this high over here. So if we can hold this down and hold below 930, short wouldn't be so bad. I would say have two price targets, one for a quick scale. We can like scale it, like if we dump down below 930, we could scale around 909. We move our stop loss to break even around like 900s, maybe 895, 900, maybe around there. And then we just hold runners into 838. That wouldn't be bad. That's only if we hold this value. It keeps edging us, bro. Like if it's gonna fill it, you might as well fill it now. You know what I mean? But yeah, no. Let's see. And by the way, for the people wondering, like I said, I don't really suggest taking longs off this one, off this inverse either. Keep in mind, we already took out a lot of objectives to the upside, so I'm not really expecting us to go higher. What it could be at the end of the day, it could be like high volume chop, maybe, because once again, we're not really getting so much momentum in the market. Yeah, no, this fair value gap didn't hold, so it's not like we can really even take shorts off of this. But yeah. All-time high, ES is broke. Yeah, I did see that. But yeah, in terms of setups, I mean, I'm sure we can probably form a setup in like the next 3 minutes from now. But yeah, this fair value gap didn't hold, so it's not like even if we wanted to take shorts, we really can't. So nothing yet, guys. Nothing yet. ES took out all-time highs. Let me check it out. Yeah, we just finished taking out all-time highs. So it seems like ES is the one that's the reason why we're pushing up here. But on NQ, we're kind of still sitting a little bit bearish. Once again, guys, I'm gonna say that we're gonna be bearish as long as we hold below 991. I'm bearish. If we start holding above 991, we can start looking to take longs into the remaining liquidity. I mean, we're not so far away from all-time highs. We can probably see it today. We're less than 100 points away, in fact. We're like, what, 95 points away. So if anything, we could possibly see all-time highs today. It'll be really, really nice. But actually, no, it won't, because you guys know trading at all-time highs is not the most fun thing ever. All right. Will it even respect our trade with all the volume that we have? That's the thing. We have to be very cautious today, especially with that CPI volume. We have to be cautious. All right. But yeah, so far, guys, no setups for the New York session yet. But yeah, I guess we'll just wait it out. But like I said, guys, as long as we hold below 23,991, I'm bearish. If we hold above 23,991, I will start leaning more towards bullish and possibly try to find a trade into all-time high, which is at 2468.50. All right, guys. But yeah, the 15-minute is just a straight barcode. Well, to be fair, we only have like one 15-minute candle. You know what I mean? So not like we can really do anything. You know what I mean? Not like we can really do anything here. Because remember, the New York session opened up about 25 minutes ago. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so unfortunately, guys, this bearish rally gap, as much as we want to take shorts from it, we can't really work with anything here anymore. At least from this one gap anymore, because I mean, it got filled. You know what I mean? David, what does CPI mean? Okay, so for my new traders in here that do not know what CPI is, every month, now, I'm not gonna ask you guys, I don't know what exactly CPI is, but what I do know and what I can guarantee you is that it moves the market like crazy. So every single month, I don't know if it's on the economy, interest rates, I don't know. I'm not the one to ask for that. But what I will say is, yeah, every single month, about 2 or 3 weeks into every single month, this one news report comes out, which is called CPI. All right. And when it comes out, it always comes out at 8:30 in the morning, which is exactly why the market pumped and dumped just like this right here. All right. So yeah, very high impact news. But yeah, David, how do you know it's part of the, bro? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just here to trade. I'm not a news reporter. I don't read the news. I don't know, bro. All right. It measures inflation. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, there it is. CPI measures inflation. All right. So if it's doing good, it'll go up, something like that. All right, all I know is that it moves the market. All right, guys, that's what matters. That's what matters here, at least for us. You know what I mean? Anyways, so yeah. Now I will say to you, I will tell you guys, that's yes, although we don't trade it all that much, has a pretty nice looking setup here. Not the most ideal fair value gap, but it definitely is there. We did take out all-time highs, so if we sweep it and inverses back down, a short position on ES wouldn't be. It looks a lot better than NQ today. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Now will we take it? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't really like trading ES all that much, but to be fair, it does have its really nice setup here. But hopefully we can form something on NQ soon. You know what I mean? When you look at the calendar on Forex Factory, you can click on the news reports. Yeah, that too. You can also do that. But yeah. The 9-point gap on ES, would that still be valid? Honestly, with the confirmations that we have sweeping, we took our all-time highs and everything. Honestly, yeah, it would work. It would work. Like I said, guys, ES is a very big hit or miss on these fair value gaps. Sometimes it respects it, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on the momentum in the market. But honestly, with us having a lot of momentum here, today, ES, we have to agree here, ES has a lot more momentum, a lot more volume than NQ does, and it has a lot more setups here. Keep in mind, ES did take our all-time high about 5-10 minutes ago from now. And if we can afford to get a DOL sweep from all-time highs into an inverse off this right here, I know we don't trade ES, but I would take it. I would take it. All my homies hate ES though. I know, bro. I get it. ES, you know, it's not the best, but this setup is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's way better than whatever NQ is offering us. You know what I mean? NQ, we don't have anything. We wanted to take shorts. It didn't hold. You know what I mean? We couldn't get the entry model. So there's not much we can really do on NQ for today, or at least for now. But on ES, on the other hand, I like it a lot. All right. What's the usual ES stop loss? About 5 points. That's a pretty good stop loss. How many contracts for ES? Okay. Now, one thing that you guys may not know is obviously we all know that ES doesn't move as crazy as NQ does. So when it comes to sizing, whatever you guys size on NQ, I typically double it on ES, and I use about a 5-point stop loss. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that we're gonna trade ES. We're gonna look at it just in case. But if you guys do want to consider trading it for yourself and you really like the setup and all that good stuff, you guys can definitely look to trade ES with about a 5-point stop loss. So if you typically trade about 10 micros on NQ, try to do about 20 on ES. That won't be so bad. David, what are the kill zone indicator settings? Here, I'm gonna send it over to you. Give me 1 sec. So just check out this channel because obviously I can't really put it up on stream right now. We're a little bit focused on the setups. But if I send you this message right here, you can check it out for yourself. Copy message link. Here you go. Just check it out here. Just click that and then who trades 10 contracts on a 50K? I do. A lot of us do, bro. 10 contracts honestly is pretty good. Now, I will suggest 10 contracts if your account is a little bit more built up. But if it's not built up and you still have that trading drawdown, do 7. Now, if you do 7 contracts on NQ, try to do like 14 on ES, right? You will make about the same amount of money on ES. NQ is moving slow. NQ is slow. Why is ES moving? Bro, it's just an SMT. It happens sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes NQ is stronger than the other. ES might be stronger than NQ some days. It happens. Today, for example, ES is way stronger than NQ. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah, honestly, 10 micros isn't all that crazy. I mean, even if your account isn't built up, you can possibly still trade 10 micros. Now, would I suggest it? Maybe not, but you could still do it and definitely not blow up your account in one trade. You know what I mean? But yeah, so far, like I said, guys, NQ kind of disappointing today, especially with CPI coming out. We don't have any setups. Nothing's really getting respected. Well, in terms of entries, we have the deal being respected at 991, so we're bearish right now, especially with us creating the MSS model right over here. We have the MSS right here. MSS, we have the DOL sweep right here, or right here at least. The thing is, we have room for lower into here and here. So we know what we want to see in the market. The only thing is we don't have an entry. We can't really enter off anything. And if we look at the 15-minute, it's not any better. If anything, it's a lot worse. You know what I mean? Do we have anything on the 1 minute? Maybe here. Nah, not enough. Not enough. Especially even if we take shorts right here, we're gonna have a 20-point price target. So not super ideal. So if anything, guys, today it's be a little bit more patient in the market and just wait for something to form. You know what I mean? But yeah. NQ bounced off the 5-minute gap 2 times already. Which gap are we talking about? Talking about this one? Right here? All right, bro. Yeah. I think we inverse it, if I'm not mistaken. First of all, let me even make sure that it's a valid gap here. I'm sure it is, right? Yeah, 68 points. But if I'm not mistaken, we kind of already inverse this gap, so it's not really so. Yeah, it's not really so important either way. It's not like we can really take a good trade from it. Like, sure, you can possibly get something, but it's not. You know what I mean? Nah, it's not. It's not perfect. You know what I mean? But like I said, guys, I'm still sitting bearish on NQ. I'm expecting lower. Oh my. Yo. Damn, okay. Yo, for the people that are in BTCI, guys. Dude, we were literally at $57 like 2 days ago. Wow, okay. Okay. That's really good. Okay, anyways, I got sidetracked. Anyways, like I said, yeah, we're still pretty bearish on NQ here. I want to see lower, but the thing is, there's no setup. There's nothing we can really get here. We have, like I said, we have the DOL identified. We have the DOL swept right over here. We have the MSS model. We have sellers stepping in, and we have price targets below. In fact, nearby, right at 909 and 838. The only thing is just we don't have a fair value gap anywhere. And I know I keep repeating myself. This is the last time I'm gonna say it. I promise you guys. But I really want to take shorts into somewhere here. So fingers crossed we can get it soon. Yes, keeps pumping. Well, I guess. To be fair, NQ does look a lot stronger to the downside. So if ES by any chance starts getting weak, NQ is dying down. Like this thing is going straight down. I mean, it's just a matter of time. All right, bro. But yeah. Talk to it again. Yeah. What are you talking about, bro? Anyways. But yeah. Just get off so we can get a setup, bro. Come on now, bro. Yo, I'm starting to stick this the wrong way, bro. Nah, but seriously though, ES is ripping heads, bro. I wonder why ES is ripping so much while NQ isn't though. Like I get it, we have an SMT and everything, but damn, like it's a really big SMT here. But we'll see. I mean, worst comes to worst, guys. We can always look to take a PM session trade if sellers start stepping in a lot later in the morning or a lot later in the day. We can always resort to this setup on ES. Although, like I said, I get it. We don't really trade ES all that often. But this setup, we have to admit, it's a really good looking setup. That's if we get a deal also. Once again, guys, we have broken past every single level of upside liquidity on ES in history. Like we're past all-time highs. So we have no more room to go up anymore. I mean, we can still go up, but it will make more sense if we reject around this range. So guys, if we can afford a rejection, maybe now, maybe later, maybe during the last hour of the day, if we can afford a rejection into this deal, into this fair value gap inverse, we can 100% look to take shorts off this into like these two lows here, the data low and then the same low that we have on NQ right here. It won't be a bad trade at all. But I mean, the thing is, we're not guaranteed to go down. Like I mean, we're literally only going up here, so it's really hard to sell. Really hard to sell. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think we have to put NQ to the side today and not look at NQ and focus more on ES today. Because, like I said, NQ, it has its levels and everything, but it's just so far behind from ES that it's like the chance of us getting a setup is very slim. So, you know, I mean, I guess ES is kind of the case here. Let me see, Blast, what do you think about trading on only trading view? Don't do it. Take my advice. Do not do it. It's extremely delayed. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating it. Maybe it's not extremely delayed, but look, if you're trading a very high volatile or high impact or very volatile market, a 1 second delay can make you lose a lot of money. All right. And by the way, I get it. We're pumping. But yeah, no, a little bit of a delay can really make you lose a lot of money, bro. Trust me, bro. So look, man, don't in my opinion, bro, just trade on TraderVate, bro. Trust me. I used to trade on TradingView. It looks good visually. You know what I mean? TradingView is like the best thing for our eyes, right? It looks super, super good chart-wise and everything, and it's the tools and everything are amazing, but the executions on it are horrible. Because I mean, understand, TradingView is a third party, like third party. It's not a broker, but it's a third, like it just displays the chart. You know what I mean? So when you link your broker and you're using TradingView to send out your orders, you have to send your order to the TradingView server. The TradingView server has to get that order and send it over to TradeVate and its server, and then TradeVate has to go ahead and fill that order. All that back and forth can really cause a really big delay, and that 1 to 2 second delay can give you a 5, 10, 15 point late entry, depending on the market being really fast or news coming out and all that stuff. What's wrong with TradeVate? No, nothing. I'm talking about TradingView. I might have said TradingView by accident. Project X is also more user friendly. X got the best executions. I kind of disagree. I mean, you guys gotta keep in mind, Tops of X came out not too long ago, so it has its issues with, you know, server outages and everything. Visually, yes, in my opinion, Tops of X is like one of the best brokers out there, especially to trade on. It's really easy to use. I mean, possibly the easiest one to use, but it has its slippage and its delays every now and then when the servers go down. I'm sure we can, if you guys have used it for some time, you guys have probably experienced some slippage on TopStep. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad, but obviously it's a very new broker. It's barely been out for like a year or so. So obviously it has its bugs and all that stuff, right? But other than that, man, it's a really good it's a really good broker. I like it. But in my opinion, TradeAway is superior. Like it's top one. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't really hurt. Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say. But if you're gonna be saying that, you know, TopStep X has the best executions, they're slightly better, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, it has its issues. I mean, lots of server outages and all that stuff. But hey, I mean, that's how it is. You know what I mean? It's still a really good one, like I said. Anyways, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We're definitely not gonna get an inverse off this gap today on ES. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, in terms of setups, still nothing. Yeah, 26 points. Yeah, still nothing, guys. 20K pay on the God, nice, bro. Nice. Good stuff. Very good stuff. But yeah. Anyways, guys, in terms of setups, like I said, not much. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I didn't want to say it, bro. Because obviously it's not really related to trading, but bro, guys, what happened yesterday, bro? That thing has me like, bro, it has me feeling weird, bro. I don't know if I'm the only one. Dude, yeah, dude. That thing has me feeling really weird, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's more of like a realization. And by the way, I don't really mean to talk about it. Not that it's a bad thing, but you know, what I mean, obviously, you know, we're here to trade, but dude, it really wakes you up and has you realizing that, dude, life is like, bro. You know what I mean? Like, dude, tomorrow is never promised. You know what I mean? It's something, bro. It's definitely something. I guess it's more of the realization. Obviously, rip, you know what I mean? RIP, but wow, bro. That video really. David, how's the bot coming on? Oh yeah. Let's kind of switch the topic here because obviously I don't want to get you guys like you know, thinking about it or anything. You know what I mean? But anyways, here, let me kind of put it up for you guys real quick. If I'm not mistaken, I might have to restart my chart real quick. But let me show you guys. Let me show you guys what we have done. So we're not fully done. We kind of, not by we, I mean the team, the developer and all that stuff. We kind of took out a few stuff from the checklist for now because they're still working on it. I'm pretty sure it's this one, version 2, right? Let me see. There should be like a counter here. Let's see if it loads. Yep, right here. Okay, so for the previous indicator that we had, or the previous script, there's a lot of bugs, a lot of stuff. It didn't really mark out any internals or anything. So we got that done, or at least he got that done. Now when a level gets taken out, it's still shown. So if I delete everything from my chart, which I'm going to do that real quick, you guys see right here, it marks out everything. And right now, you guys know we have a bearish bias. What do we have on what did I tell you guys before I put this on? Was our bias bearish? Why exactly? Because guys, it identified the DOL over here. It identified us taking it out, and now that we're holding below it, our bias is obviously bearish. Right? And as we all know, we don't have any fair value gaps anywhere. So it's not like we can really enter or really take a trade with this bias, at least for now. But we're definitely trying to find what the market gives us. But in terms of the script and everything, guys, we're getting closer and closer and closer to getting it done. We're getting very close to start working on the entry model. All right. So for those that don't know, we're pretty much creating a script where you guys know how I always give you guys the game plan, the bias, and all that good stuff so you guys can be prepared and expect something for the market. With this one, maybe you guys are working, or maybe you guys don't want to tune into the live trading because you want to trade by yourself or whatever, but you need that extra help. This thing right here will give you literally everything that I personally look for in the market. It will give it to you in terms of bias, in terms of entry model, in terms of entry suggestions, and all that stuff. All right, but we're still working on it. We're still working on it, right? But we're getting very close to it. I'm very excited for it. But what I mean, by the way, guys, what I mean by entry model is, look, you guys know how sometimes, let me show you guys, right? You guys know how when I'm on stream and I show you guys some setups, right? I'm like, okay, guys, although we don't have the entry yet, I'm seeing a possible entry model. So I tell you guys, okay, guys, you know what I mean? We can always look to enter off this line right here and have these price targets. Although we're not in, we know exactly where we want to get in. So what we're trying to implement to the script is once it finds the bias and everything, all the confirmations in the entry model, it's going to start suggesting you the best possible entry, right? So for the people that are wondering, like, you know, sometimes when you guys are trading by yourself, you're like, oh, dude, like, does the setup look good? Should I enter here? Should I do this? Should I do that? We're going to have it like mark out this green and red box and tell you, or not tell you, but give you like the best possible suggestion towards an entry towards that bias, right? So in this case, you guys know today, this morning, we took longs. We had a bullish bias because we took out the DOL right over here. We had a bullish bias. We had buyers stepping in, and we had an inverse off this fair value gap into the data high above, right? So I told you guys, I'm like, guys, we're pretty much bullish. I gave you guys a reason, and I want to enter from 930. And I showed you guys before we entered, we had this green and red box giving you guys your stop loss and your entry. We're going to have that scripted into the indicator so it can give you guys the best suggestions with the best confirmations possible in the setup. And I know before you guys mention it, I get it. We're dumping. We're about to get into that in a second. All right, guys? But yeah, so we're working on that. And like this, for example, right? You guys saw yesterday, although yesterday we stayed cash, we didn't really catch any trades. We still found some setups, and I gave you guys some possible entry models, right? For example, here, I told you guys, guys, we took out a bunch of levels of liquidity to the downside. We have a bunch of levels of liquidity above. We can look to take longs from this inverse right over here, from the entry at 920 with our stop loss at 885 and our targets above, right? Although we didn't enter, we knew where to enter, right? So this right here, this green and red box that you see right here, we're going to have that implemented once it finds every single confirmation and the setup is perfect. All right, guys, but it's a lot of work. I'll tell you guys. It's a lot of work. Anyways, so let's see what the market has for us currently. I mean, we did sell off right now. So let me turn off the indicator for now. We're you know what I mean, we're biased. Our bias is bearish is what I'm trying to say. So that's correct. But like I said, we're still working on it. But right here it says that we don't have any fair value gaps. So if I'm not mistaken, if I measure out this candle, well, to be fair, we do have to close this candle for it to detect. But is this a 40-point candle? Nah, bro, it's not. No entry yet, guys. There's nothing good in the market yet. There's no way. I mean, I was expecting more from CPI, but yeah, David, look at the. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna look at the 3 minute. I don't trade off the 3 minute. 38-point candle, no fair value gap. I know, bro. Nothing. But I mean, dude, peep the 0.5-second candle, bro. I thought you used 30-point fair value gap candles. No, 40 or more. 40 or more. David made money with this trade. Well, to be fair, I did put it out, but no, bro. Bro, trust me, right? If I was that type of person where I get my own trade and I'm done for the day and I just won't get on, you know what I mean? Why would I bother wasting my time if I'm not gonna trade with you guys? You know what I mean? So no, I'm still trying to find a setup for you guys and everything, and I will even take it for myself if it's really good. But realistically, we can all see that we just don't have a setup yet. We have a bias, but no setup just yet. So we're still waiting on it, but we'll see. There was your bias, bearish. I've been saying it for the most part all morning. All right. But yeah, I'm expecting lower here. But the thing is, like I said, we just don't really have any setups to really take shorts off of. I mean, especially with NQ kind of being a little bit slow today, it's not really doing much. Although we have an idea as to where the market wants to go, it's not like we can really work towards it. At least, yeah. And see, good to know. I think one of your teaching videos says 30 points. I would have to double check, but I've always stuck by 40 points for the last 2 years. So I'm not sure. I would have to double check for you. But yeah, it's always 40 points. Always, always, always. Remember, it's a... Oh, yeah, you're probably thinking about the fair value gap continuation. So, yeah, when we look for a fair value gap, we always look for a 40-point candle. But when we're looking for a continuation model, we're looking for a retracement into the fair value gap followed with a 30-point rejection or bounce. All right, and that's when you enter. But that's off a continuation model, not an inverse. Right, but regardless, you still need that candle to be 40 points. So keep that in mind. All right. ES does not want to come down. Oh, yeah, dude, we know that, bro. Trust me, dude. We are not coming down on ES. Maybe that's what I was mixing. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Because, yeah, typically when we're looking for a continuation model, it's a 30-point bounce or rejection from the fair value gap. And you place your stop loss at where we bounce or reject it from. And then you just enter off the 30-point bounce. All right. And then you just target the price targets as per usual. All right. But yeah. Other than that, man, I guess it's still kind of weighted out. You know what I mean? Let me check up on ES. Yeah, dude, this thing is not coming down today, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's like a 99% chance that we probably have a 15-minute gap that we can work with. Yep, there it is. So if anything, honestly, we can probably work with ES shorts maybe later today. I don't know. Like I don't know if we sell off. I like the setup. Don't get me wrong. I really like the setup, but I don't know if we sell off, today. But we'll see. But yeah, in the meantime, guys, real quick, go to your chart, open up ES, and mark out this setup right over here, so you guys know what we're looking for, just in case we get off the live, because it might take too long or whatever. Just in case you guys know, just so you guys know what we're looking for. All right. So real quick, open up your trading view chart, search up ES, go on the 15-minute time frame, mark out this fair value gap, mark out the all-time high at 565.25, and mark out your price targets at a 6552 and 6535.50. All right. We want to look for something like this today, guys. This would be the most ideal, best looking setup for today, if you ask me. Something like this. Beautiful. So I like the setup way more than NQ. Obviously, I mean, NQ doesn't have anything, but yeah. So I would do something like, if you guys want to screenshot it, go ahead. I would do something like this. Very, very nice setup, I would say. All right, guys. So I mean, in the case that we reject, because NQ is rejecting and it wants lower, we know that, right? Obviously, like I said, the bias is bearish. But if you really want to take shorts, since NQ is more than likely not going to give us anything, ES is the best scenario here. It has its setup. It has its reasons to go down. We took out all-time high. We haven't swept it, but we did take it out. And we have a lot of room for lower into 552 and 535. So, like I said, guys, please mark out the setup right now. I don't want to hear anyone in the chat saying, oh, I missed a setup, blah, 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 blah. No, it's in your face. It's like right in front of you. All right, so go ahead and mark it out. And yeah, just be ready for it whenever we inverse it, if we inverse it today. All right, guys. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now, for now, I mean, it's kind of just wait. It's a waiting game. All right, guys. But yeah. Oh, and by the way, one thing I forgot to mention is, guys, if you guys are green and you guys took the trade from this morning and you guys are green, get off. Go enjoy the day, man. You guys are, for the most part, for the people that caught it with me, we caught our share for the day. So if you guys are green, because I get it, some people might have been sleeping, some people might have taken it and all that good stuff. If you took it, get off, come back tomorrow. All right, you're already green. You got your share of the market for today. Now, for the people that are still trying to trade and you might not be green or whatever, or just haven't caught anything, should I get off? Only made 111. Well, it's not only made, right? Let's keep that in mind, right? You made $111. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if you're happy with it, sure. The only thing is, the worst feeling in the world, it's not going red, but it's going from green on the day to red on the day. That's the worst feeling. So I always try to have you guys try to avoid that problem and always come back the next day. So yeah, if you are green and you're happy with it and you're satisfied, get off. You know what I mean? It was good, bro. What's up? Now, once again, let's make sure. Let's not say we only made $111, right? It's not like that, right? There's a lot of jobs out there that you work all day for that amount of money and you made it in a few minutes clicking 2 buttons. You get what I'm saying? So we always have to be grateful for every dollar made in the market. You know what I mean? No, you're good. But no, it's always good to think like that because, yeah, I mean, let's be honest here. Greed can get the best of us. It's gotten all of us. It's definitely gotten me in front of your face. Like I've done it live. I've gotten very greedy before, and it's the worst feeling possible. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro, I was about to read that out loud, bro. I'm not gonna read it. David, when is this account going to be finished? I need help, dude. You can ask questions there, bro. I'm always checking it. It's just not many people are so active there. But dude, if you have questions, bro, ask ahead. I can always help out. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got you, bro. Of course, I got you. But but yeah, I guess now, like I said, guys, it's pretty much a waiting game. We have our setup. We know where we want what we want to see. We know where we want to enter, and we know where we want to go to, which is lower. The only thing is we need some time to really trade into it. All right, guys. Now, in what I will say is, guys, we are not done with the volume. Guys, next week we have FOMC. Now, this is gonna be the most. I know I said it about CPI, but no, FOMC is like a level above CPI. All right, so CPI was crazy and all that good stuff. It was really, really good and everything. But FOMC, this is what the market is really waiting for. All right, guys. We're waiting for rate cuts. All right, the whole market is expecting rate cuts. So next week, Wednesday, at 2 p.m. EST or 2:30. Let's do. I'm gonna say 2:30 is when the market is gonna go. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I know I say never trade FOMC, but let me ask you guys: are you guys down to trade FOMC next week? It's gonna be a gamble. I will say that it's gonna be a gamble, but are you guys down to trade FOMC? Bro, this dude's saying yes, yes, yes. All right, bro. Yes, sir. All right, bet. So yeah, I know. Like I said, guys, I never, ever, ever suggest trading FOMC, but there's something about the FOMC for the month of September that is just like the whole market. I promise you guys, it's never been like this. But the whole market is expecting rate cuts. So whatever Powell says is gonna make the markets pump minimum 200 points or dump 200 points minimum, in my opinion. Are you getting off or waiting for the setup? No, I'm waiting for a setup. It's just we have a setup. It's just, dude, I don't know if we're gonna see lower. It's we either see it later today or we don't see it at all. But in terms of a setup on NQ, bro, we don't have anything. So the only thing that we have to work with is ES over here, which I don't know if we get, but we'll see. It's only like, yeah, I know, I get it, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see what we do. But yeah, the market needs rate cuts. Okay, here's the problem, right? Rate cuts, it's a good thing, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure rate cuts means lowering interest rates. I think I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not your average news reporter. I'm not really the smartest in this. But if Powell does choose to do rate cuts, the whole market is expecting it. So although it is bullish and the markets should go up, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it probably won't go up as much as we're expecting. Why? Because guys, the whole literally everyone in the market is expecting rate cuts. So if we get what we expect, that means that the market is already priced in. You get what I'm saying? So although it is bullish, maybe it won't be the most crazy bullish thing that we see, but we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, when the market expects something, it's already priced in. That's the problem. When something happens that we're not expecting, maybe it's no rate cuts or more than average rate cuts, you know what I mean? Then we really see a move. But if it's something that we already know that's gonna happen, nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Buy the rumors, sell the news. Exactly. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But I'm expecting a lot, but maybe to a certain to a certain point. You know what I mean? To a certain point. But yeah. By the way, guys, I never really got the chance to really review the trade. Do you guys still want me to review the trade that we caught this morning, or you guys don't care about it? Why not consider longs on? Oh no, we are not going to consider longs on ES whatsoever. And for one very specific reason, we're all-time highs. If we take longs right now, there is absolutely nothing in the history of ES existing for longer than we've been born that we can possibly take longs into. We don't know what to target, and when we don't know what to target, although the market is looking bullish, anything can happen. We can reject off any given moment or any given level or price, and we don't know where we're going to reject. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, we're definitely not gonna take longs. Yeah, no, definitely not. No, no, no. But yeah, anyways, uh, can you review the trade? I got you. I got you. I was about to ask, do you guys want me to review the trade? It'll be 2 seconds. All right. It's just so we can get that educational kind of thing part of the live stream. So let's do that right now. All right. Anyways, so for the people wondering, before we move on to the setup on ES real quick, right? The trade that we ended up catching on NQ today, as you guys know, we ended up taking longs on NQ. Beautiful trade, beautiful setup. It played into our price targets. But how did we find the setup? All right. Now, CPI came out today. Didn't really come out bullish nor bearish. It came out neutral. And what that means is nothing. It came out to our expectations. So the market sold off, pumped up, sold off, pumped up, right? So with CPI coming out at 830, what we had, let me go over to, actually, I don't want to delete any levels. Let me go over to MNQ real quick. Okay, so right here, right? So CPI came out right here. Before CPI came out, what liquidity do we have nearby? All right, well, let's go over to the higher time frame and identify the nearby liquidity. What do we have? Well, remember, guys, the way we find our levels of liquidity is in a bullish trend, which in this case, we're pretty bullish, right? The market is constantly creating higher highs and higher lows. In a bullish trend, we're gonna be marking out every single low created in the market. So let's go ahead and start off by marking out this low. Then we have this low right here. Then we have this low right here. Then we have this low right here. And then we have this low right down here, right? Okay, now let's go ahead and mark out our levels of liquidity to the upside. Let's just start off by up here. We have this high up here. Then we have this high right over here. And that's kind of about it, right? There's nothing crazy to the upside here, right? But we do have some levels of liquidity. All right, now CPI comes out in 5 minutes. So CPI comes out. What do? We dump straight down. Not only did we take one, not only did we take two, but we took out 3 levels of liquidity to the downside. Have we taken out any major levels of liquidity to the upside? No, right? So what can happen here? Well, if we took out 1, 2, and 3 levels of liquidity here, and we're holding above these levels of liquidity, our price target will be bullish. Or not, our bias will be bullish. Why? Because we took out the objective to the downside, but we haven't taken out the objective to the upside. And if it seems like buyers are stepping in, right after we took out the objective to the downside, it shows us that sellers did what they wanted. They got what they wanted. They're no longer interested in making the markets go down. And now that we have objectives to the upside that we never took out during CPI, this means that we have room for higher into the DOL to the upside. And those levels of liquidity are the data high, the external high at 990, and obviously 2441, which we never saw today. So it's not too important. But let's just say that we wanted it, right? We would have 3 price targets to the upside, which we never took out while CPI came out, right? So what do we have going on right now? Well, we took out 3 levels of liquidity, and we're currently holding above the one that we just finished taking out. So anytime we take out a level of liquidity that we finished taking out, which let me show you guys an indicator that, let's kind of back this a little bit here, right? Actually, no, it's going to show neutral. So either way, it's not really going to count because it's going to show neutral until the New York session opens. So that's not too important right now. Anyways, so we took out the low, and what are we doing here? We took it out and we're holding above it. So as long as we hold above 23,851, we are bullish. All right, guys, let me know if we're understanding that. All right, as long as we hold above 851 after it's been taken out, we are bullish. Now, what else can you identify here in the market? Well, obviously with CPI coming out, you would imagine we create an imbalance in the market. So if you measure out this candle, it is 130 points in the market. That is 3 times more than what we need for a fair value gap. Remember, typically what we look for is a 40-point candle on a fair value gap. Here we have a 130-point candle. So yeah, more than 3 times the fair value gap amount, right? So what are we going to do here? We're going to wait for the fair value gap to go ahead and close. And the remainder of the fair value gap that we had after CPI came out was this space right here. So let's go ahead and mark it out just like that. All right, so what can we see what we have going on in the market right now? We took out the liquidity to the downside. We're holding above it, confirming the DOL sweep. We have room for higher, and the buyers are stepping in. So what is the last thing holding us from going any higher? The bearish fair value gap. So what do? Well, we simply just wait for an inverse above the gap. We wait for that gap to get taken out, right? So in this case, we have the DOL sweep, buying pressure, buying pressure, buying pressure. We're inside of a bearish fair value gap. All we need now is to break above the inverse here, right? We look to have a 35, I'm going to say 35 because obviously we have CPI news, so it's really, really volatile in the market, right? So it's always good to give the trade some room to breathe. And then we have our entry here, PT1, PT2, and then PT3 up here, right? All we need now is, now that we have everything confirmed, all we need now is simply break above the inverse, right? What do we do here? We broke above it. So you enter right here at 9:30, right? You enter and you hold the trade. Obviously, you have your stop loss, you have your price targets. You did your part in the market. Now it's simply sit back and wait for the trade to either hit your stop loss or wait for the trade to either hit your price targets. No in between. In this case, we pumped up. We pumped up. We did a little bit of chop here, whatever. And then once the market went ahead and opened, you guys see right here, we pumped straight into PT1. We took some scales here. And PT2, we took some scales here. Done trade for what you guys see on the screen, $416 profit on the day. All right, guys, this trade is the same trade that we take every single day. Nothing new, nothing less. We're good. So yeah, that's pretty much the trade recap behind this trade as to why we took NQ longs this morning after CPI came out. All right, guys. So yeah, anyways, let's go back to the chart. Did we miss anything? Oh, wait, let me nope, a little bit of chop. Nothing crazy in the markets today. David, you say no in between, but I know you commonly take skills and are successful with it. Do you have any specific rule with skills? Yes. Now, I said no in between to kind of get you guys a little bit more confident in the trades, but there are a lot of times where I actually take skills before the PT gets hit. Now, is this the right thing to do? Yes, in a certain way. Let me explain, right? Let's say you take a trade, right? Let's say you find a really, really nice setup and your first price target is 50 points away, right? Keep in mind, 50 points is a big price target. It's pretty complicated for the market to hit a 50-point price target in one go, right? It will happen, but it's really tricky, all right? Now, if you're going to be taking a trade, right, and you typically, let's say that we have a 30 to 35 point stop loss. In this case, let's just say we have 30 points, right? What you want to do, if your price target is further away than 30 points profit, what you got? Wait, let me check if we have a fair value conforming here. No. Anyways, so let's say that our target is more than 30 points away from our entry, right? What you want to do is when the trade sees a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, what does that mean? If you're risking 30 points and you're up 30 points, that means that you have a 1-to-1 risk reward, right? Because you're risking 30 points to make 30 points. What do you do in this case? Anytime your trade, before it hits a price target, right? Sometimes your price target will be a little bit below 1-to-1. Maybe it'll be at 1-to-1, or maybe it will even be above a 1-to-1. But no matter what, whenever the trade hits a 1-to-1, whether you hit the price target or not, always take at least half of your position off, secure those profits, and move your stop loss either close to break even or at break even. Why do I say this? Guys, like I said before, the worst feeling in the world is not being wrong on your trade, not getting stopped out, but getting stopped out after you saw profits on your trade. All right? It is very, very annoying. All right? So, and by the way, guys, if you guys ever want to, if you guys obviously want to be profitable, you guys need to learn how to micromanage your position. All right, guys? You guys need to learn how to micromanage. What does that mean? It means constantly managing constantly moving, taking profits, securing some profits, moving your stop loss and everything. Because guys, if you just take a trade and just leave it there for the rest of the day, it can hit the price target before you realize, and it can hit your stop loss shortly after. So always micromanage. What is the best micromanaging rules? In my opinion, you enter, if you have a 30-point stop loss, no matter what, you're going to take profits at 30 points, take at least half, move your stop loss to break even. If you get stopped out of break even, oh well, you would have gotten stopped out regardless. You know what I mean? At least now you're getting stopped out by not risking anything, and you're still guaranteeing profits in the trade, right? Because if you never took scales and you go back down into your stop loss, you not only are you going to be red on the trade, but you just let a green trade go red. That is the worst thing you could do as a trader. All right? So always micromanage your position. Always. All right? Probably not, bro. 1-to-1 is the lowest I've heard in trading. Okay, look, I don't know who you're listening to, but whoever is saying that a 1-to-1 is bad is a horrible trader. All right? A 1-to-1 is perfect. I mean, dude, if you're risking $500 to make $500 in the trade, that is perfect, bro. You know what I mean? Now, if you're risking $1,000 to make $200, then there's a problem. You know what I mean? But yeah, answer your answer. Oh, okay, you're good. You're good. But yeah, if you're taking anything less than a 1-to-1, then that's a little bit of a problem because you're risking more than what you're making. But if you're risking exactly what you're making in profit, then that's good. You know what I mean? That's really, really good. And if you're making more than what you're risking, that's even better, right? But let's at least make sure that when we see a 1-to-1 risk reward on our trade, always trail or always take at least half of your position and move your stop loss to break even. If you do not move your stop loss to break even and the trade goes against you, you're going to let a winning trade go red. That is the worst thing you can do as a trader. That is not our responsibility. We need to be making sure that we always micromanage that position. All right, guys? But yeah, let me see. You're securing money with a 1-to-1, but getting bigger money is anything. Let me see. Well, okay. Keep in mind here, right? Remember, micromanaging. Keep this in mind. You're not selling your entire position out of 1-to-1, right? Because remember, we have price targets. So the whole reason as to why we take the trade is because we want the trade or we want the markets to go into our price targets. It's why we have them. It's why they're there, right? But look, like I said, your job is to micromanage. Your job to become as profitable in the market as possible and have the highest probability in remaining and staying green in the markets is you hit a 1-to-1, you take some profits out of the market, you move your stop loss to break even, and whatever happens after, you're guaranteed green. If you take profits out of 1-to-1 and the trade continues going up, you're still making money on the other half of your position that you never sold. But let's say in the very unfortunate, chances that the trade goes against you and it doesn't hit your price target and it goes back down to your entry and you get stopped out of break even, it doesn't matter because you set your stop loss at break even. So you took half of your position at green and the other half got stopped out at 0, right? 0 loss, 0 won. So you're still green on the trade. So no matter what happens, you're still green. And that is how you remain profitable in the market. Because guys, there are these people that they only aim for 50, 100-point trades, and their win rate is obviously going to be at a less than 10%. Because the market doesn't always go 100 points on every single trade. It could, but it won't. You know what I mean? If you're come on in let me check it out. Nah, not enough, bro. Not enough. Also, no, not enough. Maybe on the 15-minute. Yeah, most definitely on the 15-minute. Yeah, we could probably work with something here, but we gotta wait for the candles to close. So we need 20 minutes here. We need 5 minutes for the candles to close and 15 minutes for the other candles to close the gap. Keep that in mind. So maybe we can get a setup soon, but no promises. By the way, we're about to take out 24.15, which was another one of our price targets. So yeah, maybe we can work with shorts around here. Anyways, but yeah, do you guys get what I'm saying? It's always good to micromanage your position. So when in my opinion, when should you scale out of 1-to-1 and all of your price targets, and then make sure you're always moving your stop loss. We took a trade already. Yeah, at 8:30, so 1 hour before the market opened. But don't worry, I know a lot of you guys were sleeping and a lot of you guys didn't catch it because you guys probably weren't paying attention. But yeah, if you guys didn't catch it, that's why I'm on right now trying to find you guys some setups. All right, break even after 1-to-1. Yes. Always. No matter what you think in the market, always go break even. Because remember, you won't always be right. Remember, guys, nothing in the market is ever 100%. No matter what anyone sells you, no matter what anyone tells you, nothing. And guys, please hear me, because a lot of you guys, I know it's common sense here, but a lot of you guys like to think that there's some strategy out there that is 100%. Guys, if there's any strategy out there that was ever 100%, the banks would have it. And you think the banks would really show you guys on a YouTube video how to get a 100% win rate? No. Let's use our brains here. You know what I mean? It's all probability in the market. So no matter what you think in the market, whether you think it's going to go higher, at least go break even. It doesn't hurt going break even. You know what I mean? Keep that in mind. David, are you taking that bullish value gap? It's like 38 to 39 points. Well, no, I'm not. Not on the 5-minute. Keep that in mind. On the 15-minute, though, if you measure out this 15-minute candle, it's 55 points. Right now, the only thing is we need to close this candle first. So we need to wait about 18 minutes before this candle is fully closed. How does a bank trade? Well, okay, wait, my cat is at the door. Give me 1 second. Hello. Okay, so how does a bank trade? Well, let's not imagine someone. I always say this example. I like it a lot, but let's not the way a bank trades is not some manager at a Wells Fargo down the road or whatever, or Chase Bank or whatever, on the computer with like multiple $1 billion placing longs and shorts on in queue. No, that's not how it works. All right, it's an algorithm. All right, Now, for those wondering, why am I talking about this? Well, first of all, someone asked, right? Wait, Krabby's on. Hold up. Let me put my headphones on. Yo.
Hello?
What's good, bro?
Good. What's good, chat?
Chilling. Anyways, okay. So the way the way I trade and the concept behind my strategy, guys, is draw liquidity. Right now, how exactly does a bank trade? You guys know the markets are 100 million% manipulated, right? Money moves the market. Whoever has the most money is able to move the markets. All right, and who has the most money in the markets? Hedge funds, banks, institutions.
Krabby.
All right. And Krabby. Yeah, Krabby too. All right. So what tends to happen is, guys, the reason I tell you guys always look for drawn liquidity, always look for drawn liquidity sweeps is because typically what tends to happen is the way a bank trades, or no one knows for sure, but the way I like to think about it is an algorithm. It's a computer that's constantly doing math, reading orders, seeing where a lot of orders are placed, and so on. Right now, let's say at the market, we know that the market is going to go up, right? It's guaranteed to go up, right? In this example, before we go up, you might notice that if you enter your long position, how many times have you guys entered a trade and you guys have gotten stopped out and then the market goes straight in your favor, like straight into your price target? It has happened to all of us. And if it hasn't, it will eventually. Trust me. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. All right. Now, when this happens, guys, it's the drawn liquidity, or not drawn liquidity, but the liquidity being swept by the markets. Now, if everyone in the whole world knows that the market is going up and the market start pumping up, do you guys think that banks will start buying with the retail market? No. Banks crave to buy from you guys. All right, where there's a loser, there's a winner. Where there's a buyer, there's a seller. Right? So when we enter a trade and we place a stop loss in the market, we're putting an open order in the market, meaning that we're telling the market, hey, if price goes below this price, I want you to sell my order to someone else. And at the end of the day, who is that someone else? The algorithm or the banks. Right? So before the market goes in your favor, it will always try to buy at the lowest price possible because the banks will always try to win. All right? So let's say, for example, before the market went up, what did we do? Right? Notice this, guys. Let's use today, for example, right? CPI came out today. What is the market doing as we speak right now? It's pumping up into all of the liquidity above. But if you look at CPI, we went down first. We went down, stopped everyone out. We took out liquidity, which is all the stop losses open in the markets, which is why we went long in the morning, right? We took out all of the stop losses. And what did we do a few minutes after? We went right back up. This is a prime example of a D-wall sweep and possibly the algorithm playing right in front of your face. Do you guys get what I'm saying? If this makes sense. So this is exactly how I pretty much trade the markets. Keep in mind, guys, it's not guaranteed. No one in the world really knows what goes on behind the scenes with the algorithm or the banks or whatever, or hedge funds, but it's a concept, right? I trade this concept of liquidity being taken out. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure Krabby also trades it if you guys trade with Krabby. Right, Krab? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, obviously everyone has their own strat to it, but this is how I trade it for myself.
That's our unfilled orders.
Yeah, exactly. Now give us the code to Algo. Bro, I was told not to tell it, bro. I can't. I'm sorry, bro. Thank you, Massive for Valley. Yeah, I know, bro. On the 15-minute time frame, we do have one here. So maybe we can get a trade going. Bro, let me go get some water, guys. I'll be back in a second. Hold up.
Yo, where'd David go?
Okay, I'm back. Oh, it seems like we're getting a little bit of a D-wall sweep here from 24.15. It's like 95 points on the 5-minute. Wait, what? 95 points? What 5-minute are you looking at? Dude, on the 5-minute, we don't even have 40 points. So we have to work with the 15-minute here. Yes, selling a bit. Yeah, I see that. Well, we have a long way to go, but if anything, we could just work with something here on NQ. Anyways, guys, one thing I wanted to ask is how have you guys been liking this whole week? I haven't really put out an alert. I haven't really been able to. There haven't really been any crazy trades to alert it, but I have been putting out a lot of commentary. How have you guys been doing with that? Like, do you guys like it? Has it been more? It definitely has been more informative. But do you guys understand it? Is what I'm trying to say. Do you guys understand it a little bit more than the alerts, or like do you prefer over the alerts? Let me know, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I prefer doing commentary. I not only does it allow me to really express what I'm seeing in the market, but it's a lot more educational and a lot less stressful. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're all gonna agree that alerts is better. You know what I mean? It's a more straight up thing when I enter, but um the commentary it allows me to just show you guys what I'm seeing and how you can enter and everything, and it allows you guys to learn everything. What do you think about bookmap? Just like any other strat, if you have a strat behind it, it can really, really work, but it's not like guaranteed to make you win. You know what I mean? It's just like an extra tool that can help you out understand where the orders are in the market. Perspective of a pro really helps out a lot. That's what I'm, dude. I really, really like commentary. Um, but yeah. Now keep in mind, I am still trying to alert. There haven't been any, there hasn't been any good trades in the market for me to alert it. You know, so I feel like every trade that we've caught has always been after the stream is done. I love the commentary, but I prefer the alert only if the setup is like A plus plus. Oh, don't worry. That's why I haven't put anything out this week. In terms of alert, like a written alert, there have been good setups, but nothing like, you know what I mean, like super crazy good. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard of Shane Nolan? No, I haven't. I haven't. Is he some like famous trader or something? Only yes is the valid for 8 points. No, try to do anything above 9. Typically 10, but we can do 9. We can do 9. With our rules, we wouldn't consider this a gap. No, we wouldn't. But on the 15-minute time frame, we would, because if you measure on the 15-minute time frame, it is 56 points. So what we can do is, if we can identify a DOL sweep here, if we can confirm it, we can look to take shorts here. So we can probably get that. We could do something like this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The volume right now, honestly, it's still pretty volatile. We could do 35 points again, just like the trade that we caught this morning, and then we could do something like this. But that's if we even hold this down. This would be a pretty ideal setup. Logan, is he in the premium or is he just like a regular? I have stream mode on where I can't see. No, bro. 10 minutes to go? Yeah. 10 minutes until we see if we can hold down the DOL and obviously hold down the fair value gap. It's blurry on my live. Okay, I got you. Here. Oh, here you go. There's a 15-minute fair value gap formula. Well, if we have a fair value gap that we can trade on NQ, I would much rather trade it on NQ than ES. I'm sure we all would. How do you weigh internal versus external as no? Just because the level of liquidity is an internal does not mean that it's weaker. It's just an internal just goes from the range that it's sitting at. If it's sitting inside of an Asia and London or whatever, that's just known as an internal. But that's just the name of it. It doesn't really mean that it's stronger or weaker than the other levels. You know what I mean? It all depends on the bounce, but yeah. It's just a way to identify the level. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's still a level of liquidity. There's orders in it if it's big enough of a bounce, and we can work from it. You know what I mean? I always thought the session highs and lows would be stronger. No, that's not typically how it goes. Remember, there are orders everywhere in the market. It's just the bigger the rejection or the bigger the bounce, the more orders there is because there's a lot more volume behind that specific bounce. Do you get what I'm saying? So, for example, yesterday and today, yesterday was PPI, today was CPI, right? What is stronger, the data high and low or the London high or Asia low? In this case, it will be the data high and data low. Why? Because there's a lot more volume in this candle with the bounce and the rejection rather than the London high rejection or the Asia low rejection. Do you get what I'm saying? So just because it's a specific or yeah, just because if it's a specific low does not mean that it's stronger automatically. It all depends on the bounce. For value gap, I know, bro, we're low-key selling off quite a bit. So at least we know that we're getting the DOL sweep. But guys, I don't know if this fair value is really gonna hold all that much. It's less than 10 points away from getting filled before it closes. So, dude, today's market is like I said. Although we did catch a trade, the New York session for the most part, it hasn't really shown us any crazy setups. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We have one, but what are the chances we hold this down for the next 7 minutes when this fair value gap is less than 10 points away from filling? Isn't that a good thing? Well, for the most part, yeah, because we have confirmations and all that good stuff. But what's a confirmation if we don't have an entry? You know what I mean? Like, how can we get a trade if we don't have an entry? And there goes the fair value gap. Guys, another setup down the drain, bro. We can't really catch anything during the New York session. Maybe, wait, actually, maybe we could form something on the 5 minute, like a continuation model. 34 points, maybe. I mean, we have 2 minutes left into this candle. Can we dump down like 8 more points? Maybe. 34 points. Let's see. 38 points? No, I refuse to take it. No, that's not good. It's not good enough of an imbalance in my eyes. If you want to say fucking take it, I mean it's your trade at the end of the day. But I wouldn't do it. No, it's not a valid imbalance in my book. I've taken it before. I don't really remember. If you could show me, then sure. But no, I wouldn't do it in this case. I mean, like I said, if you like it, if you really believe that the market is really going to go down with the DOL sweep and the rejection, yeah, you could take it for sure. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I wouldn't take it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to take it. When it gets filled, does that call for a reversal, or can it keep going regardless? Okay, are you talking about fair value gap being made or once it's been made? Because right now, what just happened is we had a fair value gap, but it just got filled before the candle closed. So regardless, we can't take anything. We really can't take anything at all here. Why did that happen? Oh, it just happens. I mean, the market just wants to sell off. I mean, a fair value gap isn't always guaranteed to form. I mean, it's just the market has had a little bit extra volume after the DOL sweep. We sold off a little bit too early. So when we should have taken where we should have taken shorts, we can't anymore because obviously of the fair value gap being closed. And Q all-time high, not yet. All-time high is at 24.68. Keep that in mind. All right, bro, come on now. Let's take it a little bit easy here, Logan. Was our setup invalidated? Unfortunately, yeah, bro. So it's kind of just waited out a little bit. The fair value gap on ES is still not filled. But the thing is, we can't really take shorts on ES up here because we don't have any DOL sweep here. If you want to take shorts on ES, we need to make sure that we're holding below 6,565. All right, so 6,565. We need to hold below this, and then we inverse this 15-minute gap here. All right, this is the only possible trade that we can get here. All right. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, we are selling off though. So and we know why we're selling off. NQ is holding the market down after the DOL sweep. Unfortunately, though, we just couldn't form a gap anywhere, man. So we've been waiting in the market for an hour and a half, and we have yet to get an entry anywhere. I mean, there's nothing. There's literally nothing here. So we're saying cash it. Well, maybe not today. I'm trying to give you guys a setup here. But like I said, if there's nothing, I refuse to give you guys anything. You know what I mean? I mean, you still caught a 60-point trade. Well, like I said, I get it. We caught it and everything, and I'll take credit for the trade because we caught it fair and square. But I do understand we did catch it a little bit earlier than usual. So I'm not really expecting everyone to be able to catch it. So for those that didn't catch it, obviously, I want you guys to get value for the premium. So that's why I'm on today and trying to give you guys an extra setup to catch. All right, guys. But like I said, there's nothing. Like I said, I'm not gonna force anything out for you guys just because I want to get you guys a trade. You know what I mean? Why is it that when I joined the premium, there have been no setups? What are you talking about? We caught a trade today. We caught a trade 2 days ago, and we caught a trade 3 days ago as well. I'm gonna take this 38-point fair value gap on my eval. All right, bro. I mean, if that's what you want to do, bro, go. I'm not, like I said, I'm not stopping you, bro. I'm just saying that it's maybe not the best idea, but because it's just not a valid imbalance in my books. But if you want to do it, bro, by all means, it's your trade. Oh, I mean, he's talking about the live trading, the live trades. Oh, the live trading stream. Oh yeah, bro. The market, bro. It's like we're on live. The market chops. We get off live and it starts moving. It's not really that I can control it. It's just, you know what I mean. It just happens. You know what I mean. But whenever I see something in the market that we can trade live, I'll be on. Don't worry. It's just a little bit of timing here in the market. You know what I mean. Obviously, I'm not gonna be on live all day. You know what I mean. That's kind of exhausting. But yeah, the hedge fund manager are in here, bro. It's crabby, bro. You guys don't understand. YM is pumping. Dude, I don't really trade YM. I don't even think it correlates to anything with NQ. Oh, damn. We really are. Anyways. But yeah. So we don't have anything on the 15-minute. I guess it's kind of resort back to ES. That's even if we can go all the way back down. I mean, dude, we have to dump down over nearly 20 points, which is a shit ton on ES, and then dump down even more to get the price target. So maybe this setup won't even work out today either. Dude, this market, bro. Dude, guys, how is it? Hear me out here. How is it that before the week started on Sunday, I told you guys that Monday and Tuesday would be the slowest trade or the slowest markets, and Wednesday and Thursday will be the craziest markets? And it's been the literal opposite. Monday and Tuesday this week have been the best trades, and yesterday and today have been like whatever. Dude, because of you, dude, I'm dead ass jinxing everything, bro. Bro, bro, you literally can't make that up, bro. I can. Whatever, bro. FOMC? No, FOMC is next week on Wednesday. Now, you guys heard me. I was saying that I was going to go crazy. Now that I said it, we're probably not even going to do anything, bro. But yeah. Perhaps maybe the market is waiting on that. Oh, for sure. For sure. Now, will we chop? Maybe not as much as we're expecting, but the day before FOMC or the day of FOMC, before FOMC starts, we're probably going to chop, yes. And OPEX is next week? Yeah, no, we'll avoid Friday. Actually, I don't know. I always say that I'm not going to trade on OPEX, and I end up trading it. So I'm not going to give you guys some BS and tell you guys I'm not going to trade it. I probably will. You think tomorrow is cooked, or do we have a chance? Well, I can't really see the future, so we'll have to be on tomorrow. We'll see what we can get. But regardless whether we catch something or not, we still had a very, very green week. So no matter what happens, I'll take it. To be fair, the trade earlier was great, so today wasn't that bad. Oh yeah, I agree. Like I said, I would take credit for the trade. That trade was fair and square. It was put out, like good on time and everything. So obviously, like I said, you maybe you guys are sleeping, which to be fair is not really like my problem at all. But I'm not trying to make it sound like that. You know what I mean? Like the trade was there. The trade was there, but I'm just trying to make it like I want everyone in here to be making money. So that's why I'm on right now, even after I'm green on the day, trying to find a setup. But unfortunately, there's just nothing. So wake me up. Well, dude, don't say it to wake you up, because let me kind of cut the crap for a lot of you guys. All right, I put here at, where is it? At 8:20 in the morning, I said, "Good morning, fam. Wake up." So you guys can't say that I didn't try to wake you up, because I did. All right, I said it right here at 8:20 in the morning before CPI came out and before we got the trade. I told everyone to wake up because we have CPI coming out in 10 minutes. All right, guys, so there's no excuse. There's no excuse as to why not to catch the trade that we caught today, but I get it. Maybe you guys are not the best people at waking up to notifications or alarms. But to be fair, I put it. That's a gamble trade? Well, no. I said wake up in general.
Ooh.
No. He's talking about CPI, bro, not the trade that I put out, bro. I just had... Yeah, no, bro, I'm fucking with you guys, bro. Like I said, I didn't expect that many people to really cast that trade, because a lot of people are sleeping or going to work and all that good stuff. I didn't take it because it was pre-market, so I just didn't trust it. That's fine, bro. You know what I mean? You have your rules, you stuck by it. That's fine. On to the next trade. You know what I mean? I'll be at 228, dude. That Hawaii, you're in Hawaii, right? Dude, that time, dude, being a trader in Hawaii is probably the worst, bro. But yeah. By the way, guys, if we don't get anything in the market, obviously, I'm sure we're not all planning to stay on live all day. What time would you guys want to say to call it the live? Whether it's now in 30 minutes. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the closer we get to lunch hour, the less volume we're gonna have. Although the volume does look pretty good still, it's just we're lacking like entry models. We don't have anything to work with. The only thing we have is ES, and we're not gonna see this today. It's like near impossible. 30-point bounce on the 5-minute, but we don't have an entry. So that 30-point bounce doesn't really matter to us, you know. That's a quick question. On Top Step, if I lose the account, can I reset it right away? Yeah, of course you can. Just go to the dashboard. I'm sure there's a reset button. Why don't you consider the last fair value gap a valid one? Because check this out. So remember, guys, I'm very, very strict with my rules. If it's not 40 points or more, I will not take it. I refuse to take it. Right? You're talking about this fair value gap. If you measure from the bottom to the top, not like I get it. A lot of people in here, or some people in here, not a lot, but some people in here, you guys might want to take it, right? I get it. It's fine. But for me, I wouldn't suggest it because it's just not a valid imbalance in my opinion. I've backtested a lot of candles. Anything below 40 points just doesn't get as respected as anything above 40 points. So that's why I'm not really considering this fair value gap a valid fair value gap. All right. You're gonna talk about the indicator? I already did. It wasn't anything crazy. It's just some updates that we're getting into it. So yeah. But it doesn't get charged again on the monthly billing date? No, I think it. Oh, I don't know. If you reset an account, I think it will just reset the billing date. Oh, 100%, bro. I agree. Oh, yo, chill. Yo, I just read your message, bro. Nah, I'm innocent, guys. I'm innocent, bro. Anyways, let's see what else we have here. But yeah, I'm gonna give the market maybe like 15, 20 more minutes. Let me check up on YouTube. Let me see how you guys are doing. What time is the cutoff for your trading? Typically after 11, I tend to get off, take a little bit of a break, and I come back during the PM session. For the people asking on YouTube. Sometimes I get confused on why you use the 1 minute or the 5 minute. I rarely use the 1 minute. Rarely. But if I don't see if there's a setup on the 1 minute and we have all the confirmations on a higher time frame, but we don't have a setup on the 5 or 15-minute time frame, you can always use the 1 minute. Guys, remember, the time frame that you trade on does not make a difference in the market. The market will still move. Bro, I'm gonna mute this Logan guy. Hold up. Anyways, my bad for that, guys. Anyways, the markets will still move no matter what time frame you're trading on. It's all, what is it? What's that word, Krabby? It's not fractal. Fractal. Yeah, that one. So yeah. So whether you find a setup on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour, if everything is confirmed, it could still play out because price is still going to move the same way as it was going to move, whether you're trading on the 1 minute or the 1 hour time frame. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, I'm so tired of all the bullshit in the chat, bro. I think we should just call it. Honestly, maybe not for the day, but maybe for the morning session. Maybe. I mean, I'm sure we can probably get something during the PM session, but price seems dead. Yeah, bro, the momentum is more dead than anything. But it's just, dude, we've been in the market for well over an hour and a half, and we have yet to find an entry model anywhere. Let's see, I'm off for a spin. Dude, I might go later, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The weather, if you guys have been in Florida, bro, dude, it's been a tropical storm every single day at exactly 2 p.m. Every single day. At 2 p.m., it just starts pouring. No matter if it's sunny, extremely sunny, no matter what. It just starts raining like crazy, bro. It's summer? I mean, I guess. I mean, this didn't start happening until last week. The rain is... All right, bro. Come on now, bro. As far as I like the rain, well, bro, to be honest, bro, a lot of flooding, bro. A lot of flooding. So I don't know how much I like it, but yeah. How much was it? What? The ski, it was 24. Bro, at 12 it'll be beautiful. Bro, if you look outside right now, there's not a single cloud in sight. I promise you, in about like 25 minutes from now, it's gonna start pouring and the rain, the roads are gonna be flooded. I promise you, bro. Yeah, bro. Do you recommend coming back tomorrow? I lost $75 today, which is honestly not bad at all. And I don't want to force any trades. Yeah, bro. If you don't want to force any trades for yourself, bro, come back tomorrow. There's nothing wrong with that. At this point, let's just start trading beans or something. Dude, you know, bro, the day that I found out that you can trade the price of orange juice, my life changed, bro. No, like I'm being serious. You could deadass trade orange juice. If you guys search up OJ on TradingView, look,
What are you saying, bro?
dude, you could literally trade the price of orange juice. It's a future. Like it's a future thing. Look, if you search for OJ, it says here frozen concentrate orange juice.
I hope your tires get slashed.
Yo, bro. I think you could trade the price of eggs too, right? No, you can't. I know you could trade something else, right? What is it? It's orange juice. What else? What else? You could trade coffee beans, dude. Like, bro, what? Who is doing this, bro? Bro. Anyways, you could trade cows, bro. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I kind of want to call it soon, bro, because this market doesn't really seem like we're gonna get anything for now. Maybe for the PM session. But regardless, like I said, guys, and like a lot of you guys said, we did catch a really, really nice trade for today. So no matter what, today has been a good day regardless. You know what I mean? Less than 1K to get, dude, nice, bro, nice. But we can get that by tomorrow. Let's not force anything, but I'm sure we can get it by tomorrow. But yeah. Anyways, regardless, I seen that literally more than half of you guys already got off the stream. We're at 200 viewers, so a lot of you guys are already calling it. So honestly, I'm sure we're due to get off soon. I'm gonna see if I'm feeling tired. No worries, bro. Get your rest, bro. Get your rest. You already got your portion of the market for today, bro. Go get some rest. Hopefully you get something in the PM. If not, it is what it is. Dude, on to tomorrow. I mean, regardless, like I said, we already caught something for today either way. But yeah. Hey, peace out, Naya. And for everyone else getting off. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I might get off as well.
Yeah, probably off too, David.
Yeah. Every stream, trade or no trade. Well, to be fair, once again, we did catch a trade earlier at 8:30. So I'll give ourselves, you know, that part. But anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm gonna get off. If I do see something for the PM session, I will put it out there. But for now, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a walk before it starts raining and get some fresh air and come back for the charts. All right, guys. But yeah, if anything, guys, keep your notifications on. If I do see something for the PM session, I will obviously let you guys know. But if not, we're already good on the day. From the CPI trade that we caught. So yeah, we're good on that part. All right, guys. But other than that, man, I'll see you guys later. All right, guys. Peace out, Krabby. Peace out, chat. I'll see you guys hopefully later, if not tomorrow. All right, guys. Peace.
Peace out.
And YouTube, guys, hopefully you guys were able to enjoy the stream. Very, very good day. For the people that might not know, we did end up catching a beautiful trade today. Let me show you guys once again for the people that might have missed it. For those wondering why I'm up $416 on the day, we found a setup on NQ this morning after CPI came out. Bullish bias, beautiful setup. Price, you know, we have room for higher. We took longs off of 930, and we ended up taking profits at PT1 and 2 for about $416 per account for about 70 points. Beautiful trade all the way around. All right, guys. So yeah, if you guys obviously want to get access to these trades live, real-time live trading, real-time everything, you guys can always join the premium with the first link in the description. And if you guys use code WINNING, it will apply, let me show you guys right here. It will apply 60% off any premium upgrade if you guys are interested in joining. All right, guys. So if you guys do want to join, use code WINNING as always. All right, guys. But other than that, guys, I'm pretty much done for the day. I mean, I made my share in the market. A lot of us did it in the premium. Obviously with the 70-point trade over here. So yeah, other than that, guys, if I do see something later, if you guys are from RP server or from my server, I will be putting it out there. So don't feel like you're gonna miss out on any setup. All right, that's only if I find something. But other than that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get off, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, peace out.